Hello and welcome back to the worst War Machine channel on the internet. I'm Malorian, and it's time for another War Machine Weekly, but this one's going to be an extra bonus. Apparently I keep on doing these now. I was first targeting to get 50 episodes per year, and I think I'm like past 60 now, so yeah, I gotta calm these things down. But this is something that I am really excited for, so I want to make sure that everyone's aware how this works. So for those who haven't seen, I'm really pushing something called Commandant. It's the idea that you could be playing with multiple players at the same time, usually 4, and it makes for a really fun game. If you know Magic the Gathering and you like Commander, you're gonna like Commandant. But this is a little bit separate from this. I mean, the main idea here is that you'd be playing it on the table, but one of the things that really came up to me as an idea is that we also have Wartable. Wartable is this amazing online tool created by Lars, and it was exactly what we needed during COVID, so that during this time where we couldn't get down to the store and be playing with each other, well, at least we can be playing not directly, but online using Wartable. So if you don't know how Wartable works, I have other videos that explain it. The link's down below to get the actual tool. If you actually just go on there for like a minute, you'll figure it all out. It's really, really simple. What I want to talk about in this video is how to take that and use Wartable for more than 2 players. And I don't think it was designed for that originally in mind, but it actually works out really, really well. So let me tell you how it works just very quickly, normally for 2 players, and then show you how it changes for multiple players, if you had 4 players or whatever. Now, normally somebody would go into Wartable, you'd create a game, you could put in your scenario, you could put in your terrain there, and then people could go into the lists, they put into their lists, they pick which caster they want. If it's more than one, then they go and accept it, and then in lists, they can pick what list they want to go, whether they're top or bottom, what color they want to be, deploy, move it, there's the deployment lines there, all great, and off you go and play. Now, that's how it works. I mean, you got to go and share the link from Wartable to the other person. Usually you're on Discord or Skype or something like that where you can be talking to the other person, because that's not part of the actual program Wartable, but that's it. And one of the things, though, that first got me thinking about this is that I've done Wartable talking with several people. Sometimes, you know, like somebody's bored, they want to join in. So you go like, yeah, here's the Discord link, and they're chatting at the same time. Also at the same time, you can be like, yeah, here's the link, of course, to the actual Wartable so they can be watching. Again, you're telling like, hands off, don't touch anything. I've been playing with a few people who like going in there, like changing names of things and stuff like that. I'm like, come on, we're playing. I'm going to give you this link so you can watch, but that's going to be it. However, if you're going to have multiple people listening and talking and seeing and manipulating, why can't it work for 3 players on the board at the same time, or 4 or whatever? Can Commandant actually be done on Wartable? And it turns out it's really simple. So the way that you'd be doing this then is just share those links to everybody so that everybody can see the Wartable screen and manipulate it so that everybody's in the same Discord and they're talking to each other. And all it really means is that you need to take turns putting your lists onto the table. So in this case here, typically in multiple players, you don't do list chickens. It's just a singular list, so that whole part of it's out of it. So, you know, you'd roll in there, figure out who's going first, and then the first 2 people put their lists in, accept it, deploy, throw the models in, you can move it to whatever corners you want, and then after that, okay, we're down, go back into our list, reset it, put in player 3 and player 4, accept it, and now when you go to deploy, the only thing you have to really make sure it's different is the color. So like, okay, you took red and you took blue, okay, I'm gonna be green, you be yellow, that's really it. And then you can drag your things to your own corners. If it's a 2 versus 2 game, if it's Commandant, whatever, it's actually pretty simple to do. It's an extra step of clearing and re-putting in the list, but it's really very simple. And in talking with these, I actually got to talk to Lars, and I was like, so I'm doing this Commandant thing. I think it's really going to work well on Wartable. Could you add it as a scenario? And I was preparing myself for like, I'm going to have to like defend it, explain it, you know, do a lot of work for like how these things are going to be going. And basically a response back from Lars was like, okay, here it is, it's done. I was like, what? That's it? Yeah, Lars is amazing, not only in the support of creating this tool in the first part, but also in the people that are trying to then improve it, right? So when Brawl Machine came in, you know, Lars worked with the line of sight folks, got that all in there, and now very, very simply working with me to go into that, doing that as well. So I don't need to give you a link to that scenario. It's there. If you go into Wartable right now and click on the scenarios you want to be putting in, just scroll down and they'll be Commandant. Now, one of the things I want to explain for the deployment for Commandant is that you will have it being a little bit different there, right? If you wanted to deploy normally bottom versus top, there'd be the lines there. Well, in Commandant, there is that little radial deployment you'll be using. And so all you do then is put them in those lines. You can use the aura from the control points, whatever you want, but that's the only real difference is you'll be doing that on the corners and not using the deployment lines that go across. Either way, this is good to go. So whether you're a person that wants to try Commandant online and you're like, yeah, thanks Lars, now it's on there, I can do the scenario, let's all four get in there and have fun. Or maybe you have other ideas. Maybe you're like, you know what? I want to be running a 2 versus 2 tournament. I want to be doing whatever other crazy scenario. Know that these things are possible in Wartable. All it really means is that you have to do that extra step of first 2 lists go into there, deploy them, make sure you know what colors they are, reset the list, put in the next 2 ones, deploy them, and then you're good to go. You know, you probably just have that understanding that, okay, you're only controlling and moving your own models, but that's really what you do in any other game anyway. So there you go. This is a very quick video just talking about this opportunity that you have right now. So maybe go and try it. No matter whether it's Commandant or something else, go down to the link, set it up, get some friends, bring them on in, and just have a blast. So there you go. Very fast video. Just want to make sure you're all aware of it. We'll catch you later. Bye. Hello and welcome. Oh, I didn't have my mic set up. What an idiot.